Okay. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. We have begun. The stream has begun. Swear down, I'm about to sucker punch my monitor. You should. I'd never see it coming. Speaking of monitors, I bought a new one from Amazon. It arrived, but it had dead pixels in it. So I had to send it back. I went to send it back, by the way, and Amazon's return QR code system was down, so then I just couldn't return it, so I had to sit at my house in its box all weekend. Talk about torture. I wanted to use it so badly, but I didn't want to have to go through unboxing it again and then reboxing it, so it just sat in its box. It's my first time getting a new monitor in 9 years, so I am ready, to say the least, for a new one. Luckily, I just booted Plants vs. Zombies. What is the GW? I understand it's the sequel, but up, so surely I won't get mad at that. Surely not. Surely not. I went on the vertical stream. THQ, welcome to the stream. THQ, you're, Brian? Did you change your name again? Brian? Why THQ? Garden Warfare 2. Oh, okay. The hero shooter one? There's a hero shooter... There's a hero shooter Plants vs. Zombies. What? Also, Ralph IL, welcome to the stream. I don't know, I just changed it. Oh, okay, that works. I got bored. Fair enough, it happens. Speaking of new things, Pokemon Center put something up, and I pulled the trigger because I have no impulse control, and I figured it would sell out, and it has not sold out yet, so now I feel kind of silly for panic buying to avoid FOMO. But it's the new deck box. It's a double deck box. One side has Mewtwo holding up his little 3-ball hand. The other side has Mew peeking around the corner, all quirky-like. The outside is lined with DNA and has Mewtwo there and Mew there on the back. And when it opens up, the inside is the same way. It's got the DNA pattern, and it's like this like blue to purple kind of shimmer effect with Brian's out your impulse control. Brian's buying out your impulse control. True. This is what the inside looks like. It's like a nice felt material. Like I said, it shines blue and purple. Pretty sweet. This was the inside of it. The felt is lined with DNA. This was actually why this purchase was why I didn't have money for those Limbus purchases. This holds all my dice and my coins. These are just different dice from over the years of collecting Pokemon, and then Lorcana here and there. Because Lorcana didn't used to be very popular or big, so I was able to get a bundle whenever a new set came out. And now everyone figured out that some Lorcana cards are worth a little bit of money, so now Lorcana is also hard to find, along with Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. The Centurion isn't all that great. The Centurion? What about that? By the way, speaking of Brian, YouTube took over $50 of your money, Brian. I didn't realize the percentage. Emily Daniel Mural Wagwana. Hello, welcome to the stream. Anyway, I didn't realize the percentage that they would take. 25%? I guess so, because my estimated income is $141, and there was already like $1.30 something I'd made from like shorts and stuff. So of the 200 that was donated, I'm getting 141 of it. So I technically spent like $8 of my own money, which is fine. I'm not complaining. I just thought it was crazy. This is live? No, Pepe, it's not. We're definitely not playing Limbus Company live. Why do you ask? No, you spent like 175. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so it's worse than I thought. Okay, so I spent more like $15 of my own money, which again is fine. It is what it is. That's how it goes, Karos. We need to get memberships low-key. Better split unless I'm misinformed. You might be right. I just don't know I don't know a good incentive for my memberships just yet. I'm not putting out videos fast enough for like early access to videos to matter. And I don't feel comfortable just having someone pay me per month to stream when I've streamed for free for so long. Like 30 something? Crazy? It is. It is absolutely nuts. I genuinely did not realize. I knew it was an amount because they wouldn't allow you to just freely transport money between yourselves. Like, they wouldn't allow just free money to be given. They're going to take a cut off the top. I just didn't realize it was that much. Or maybe it scales. Chat emotes? Is that enough for y'all to like pay monthly to be able to put specific emotes in the chat? Because if that's the case, I can make some of my own. That'd be a lot of fun. Evelyn the Legend, hello, welcome to the stream. We're talking about what makes a membership worth it, because I don't know that I can give much beyond like making my own exclusive chat emotes. Maybe I'm not all that good. Maybe I'm not all that good? More than just emotes? Exactly. So like, it really depends on who you ask that would justify the money spent per month. And I don't know that just emotes would be enough for people. And I guess for the people that's not worth it, they just wouldn't subscribe or whatever. Beyond that, I don't really know. Like I said, I don't put out enough videos right now. That could change in the future. If I get more time on my hands, or if like my personal life slows down a bit, then maybe you can make videos only available for members, but I don't know. You're right. I could do uncut, I don't know, maybe like commentary videos over my own live streams or something to kind of... Or hell, I've always wanted to do a Minecraft server. I finally have a computer that I could possibly dedicate to running the server. So maybe the membership would give you access to the Minecraft server. Maybe we could do a members-only Discord. I don't know. There's options. I just don't know. I don't have the infrastructure for it currently, and I don't want to open the memberships and have someone pay in for longer than the full value was available. Do you know what I mean? I would rather someone get the value from the moment they subscribe, even if they're the first subscriber. And if anything, maybe the first... I almost wonder if the first 50 subscribers to like a membership would get an exclusive members-only hat or something. Like maybe this exact hat, but in gold or white or like a steel or something. I don't know. I could have you guys vote on something like that, but I do like the idea of doing exclusive hats and then have this one be like the one that everyone can just buy. Oh shit, Karo's Minecraft server slaps, but once they buy the membership once, they wouldn't need to keep paying. That's fair. And I mean, if you paid 1 month and just got access to it, that would almost make it worth it if enough people did that. I think the only difference would be if you stopped playing for 3 months straight, you would get removed, and then you would have to buy your way back in, if that makes sense. Like, you would be whitelisted again once you're confirmed a member on the channel. I don't know. That involves a lot more work. So, like, I genuinely don't know if I would have time to manage all that while I work 50 hours a week, but maybe if I could open up 1 day a week to just manage channel-related stuff, and then every Friday I could do, like, all the managerial side of things for my YouTube channel. I don't know. That's all down the road. In the meantime, we have an Intervallo and some Limbus company that is not voice-acted to go over. The hall was chill with a tense air, and those present all sat in complete silence. Then there was Jia Yunchun, with her lips slightly curled into a mirthless sneer. And at the center of it all sat Jia Shichun, unsure of what to say next. Do we want voice acting here, or am I just going to read this? Well, everyone, you could low-key make it free. The Minecraft server? Honestly, yeah. I was just spitballing ideas just out there for, like, I don't know. Evelyn! Let them cook 750 joules! Wow! Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you. I have no idea what joules are, so I need to figure all that out, too. There's a lot that I don't understand, and it's willful ignorance on my part due to a lack of research. And that is not excusable, and that is not a good thing. I just haven't looked into it yet. I don't know, you know? Anyway, there's no voice acting. Yeah, I was saying, do we want me to say, well, everyone? I'd rather not, because that's going to get exhausting, but me neither. IDK, I got 10,000 free ones. Let's go! Free money! We just found the infinite money glitch. Well, everyone, Yun-chun seated next to the hierarch's seat upon which Shi-chun sat, smoothly takes control of the situation and begins the assembly. Honored heads of houses, lords of each family, their proxies, members, and... She nods lightly, acknowledging our awkward presence. Is she just going to say... Little Shi-chun's guests, whose stay here at our H-Corp seems to be extending without a foreseeable end. Oops. Isn't she technically from Q-Corp? What's up with her acting like she's any less of an outsider than we are? Yeah, and did everyone catch that? Our H-Corp? Yeah, who's we? Regardless of everything else, the fact that she hijacked the meeting from the get-go is ridiculous. Especially with Shi-chun, the family hierarch herself, presiding over this official assembly. Clearly, she's using the pretense of assisting the hierarch to assert her own dominance over these proceedings. Karis just VA whatever you feel like VAing. Fair enough. Voice act Heathcliff and no one else. I actually fucking love that. We're doing that. Whenever he shows up, I got you. I'm gonna go for it. As we are all aware, Venerable former Mu has always discussed with and confided in me about the matters of the greatest import. Apologies. The momentousness of which steered the very course of H-Corp's prospects. Thank you. Wait, but what about Dante? Dante. I don't know. I have an idea for Dante. I do have one idea. Let me see if I can make it happen, and then we'll go from there. How about that? Bow, bow. Hey, Evelyn sent another 100 jewels. We got the Sunday on lock, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I have no idea what that means, but I would love to figure it out eventually in the near future. How exciting. Well, another one and a high five to you as well. Surprise, consider me surprised. I didn't even start streaming on Twitch. I apologize to anyone that uses Twitch as their primary platform. I'm so sorry. I'm too used to streaming on YouTube. Dante's already voice acted because, you know. Oh, yeah, they can just insert the old sound. So I don't even need... I looked up a ticking clock to kind of be a joke, but whatever. Even after I departed the family for Q-Corps, Venerable former Mu has always written missives to confer such matters with me. Something about it smelled suspicious, but we'd already missed the window to challenge her to present with proof without breaking decorum. Honestly, screw decorum if someone's being suspicious, frankly speaking. I feel like journalists can take notes from that, because, like, if something smells fishy, I don't know why we sit there... We seem to sit there and go, it smells pretty good. When it in fact does not smell good. Say it doesn't smell good. Even if someone says, oh, sorry, that's because it spoiled and went bad. We actually have been meaning to throw that out. My bad. Still ask about it. Why would you sit there and be like, if it stinks? Thus, as it naturally follows that I would be the inheritor of the Venerable Mu's will. I shall be presiding over this regular assembly, which we convene now to discuss and determine the future of H-Corp. What a grandiose and self-important introduction. It seemed clear to me that she considered herself to be the main character of this scene, or something. Your grace certainly benefits your station, Lady Yun-chun. We are all impressed by your utmost dedication to the citizenry of Hongyan, and despite your already saturated schedule. We can hardly thank you enough for your magnanimity, Lady Yun-chun. My parents, a true shame that they couldn't be here. I've always sung praises of your expertise, lady. Okay, so they're just giving her sloppy toppy. Make sure to wipe your mouths off when you're done. Responses from the participants are just as protracted. Protracted. Only obsequious instead of arrogant. I'm going to look that up. I understand its use. I want to know the specific definition. Obsequious. obedient or attentive to an excessive or servile degree. Huh. Anyway, I might have to steal that quote. Which one? There's bar for bar in this game. Responses from the participants, this one? Or as heads of some of those houses were under investigation for consorting with the forces foreign to Hongyan. Their vacuum was filled by their children's generation, many of whom we had the pleasure of meeting during the family hierarch war. Oh, so they all got put into positions of power anyway, boo-hoo. Very well, then shall we welcome Jia Shichun, the next person to sit upon the seat of Hongyan's family hierarch. Greetings, I am... Now, let us begin. For many years, all those who have gathered here have toiled day and night for the eternal prosperity and growth of H-Corp. Yeshichun's expression immediately sours as Yun-Chun unceremoniously cuts off her self-introduction. First on the agenda for this assembly are urgent discussions and passage of new, major policy items that have been tabled for far too long. Distributive contribution rights, auctioning policy, quarterly amnesty policy. I am getting cooked. Ooh. Hold up, big sister. Passing the distributive contribution rights auctioning policy would allow the open auction for any remaining rooms the day before reconstruction days, and the quarterly amnesty wouldn't do anything but give unfair advantage to certain families and high net worth individuals by guaranteeing them large real estate assignments regardless of their performance in the previous quarter. Dude, she's on it! She stuttered a little at first before continuing. She's politically savvy. My point is, these policies are going to rattle H-Corp's economy the moment they go into effect. Yes! A queen that understands the economics of not allowing the rich to purely benefit. Let's go! Besides, these policies were pretty much drawn to favor lining the pockets of a select few families and high-ranking officials of H-Corp. If I may, venerable hierarch, lining the pockets? That is quite an odd turn of phrase to refer to the bare minimum of respect the society might repay to its highest contributing members, don't you think? Okay. Maybe you need to get over yourself? Maybe? This dude low-key looks like my grandpa. I'm not even kidding. I wish I was joking. He legit looks so much like my grandfather. Now, my grandfather's a completely different person. This dude would... My grandfather would beat this dude's ass the moment he opened his mouth, but... Anyway. Yes, I like the new girl. She is very good. The new girl? Oh, Shichun. You're talking about Shichun. Yeah, I agree. She's very politically savvy and very with it and on it. Anyway. Oh, before we continue, Shichun, I'm not entirely certain if you are aware, but ever since the ascension to the new family hierarch, the perceived value of Hongyan has been racing to the, for lack of a better word, rock bottom. Clearly, this demonstrates Hongyan's concern and its lack of faith in the newly appointed family hierarch. Therefore, it naturally follows that our most urgent task at hand is to put a stop to this value and reputation freefall, and restore prosperity and greatness to Hongyan once again. Yeah, okay, and that's the family hierarch's job, right? Why are you... Yeah, she's trying to self-insert. If you had perused H-Corp's Articles of Association, you would have known that should H-Corp be deemed to be in a state of crisis, the four great houses and the board of directors' voice may also carry de facto power in the assembly. And the board of directors, that's us, has determined that we are now in a state of crisis, so they can choose when they're in power. State of crisis? What crisis? Everything that led to my ascension to the family hierarch was legitimate, down to the final approval. These unseemly rumors and slander are tanking our value, which we have built up arduously over the years upon... Okay, this bitch. So she's saying they can determine when there's a crisis, and then they will have de facto... So they can choose when they have de facto power over everything, including who is essentially the president, dictator, etc. And they choose that now is a state of crisis because their value may decline. God bless you. Thank you, Supreme Muncher. I didn't sneeze, but I'll take any and all blessings I can receive. I need them. There's a crisis because I said so. Exactly. Exactly. Literally, like, step aside, bitch. Like, what are we talking about? You need to get over yourself. If your family's value is falling, maybe that's because your family has no value here anymore, huh? You ever think of that? No? Something to consider. And who wouldn't doubt the new family hierarch's qualities when this decline has coincided precisely with her ascension? I don't know, maybe because your value was falling long before then? Yanchun somehow turning the room against Shichun without presenting a single shred of evidence portraying her as some burdensome hierarch who was single-handedly tanking H-Corp's value. Keller Whitmore, welcome to the stream. No, I mean, like, God bless you. Thank you. What's better, Dr. Pepper or Cheerwine? I'm going to say No. What I was going to say is something about Cheerwine. I'm going to say Dr. Pepper because I'm most familiar with it. However, we all know that Pibb Extra, aka Mr. Pibb, now that they rebranded, is a lot smoother than Dr. Pepper. So if you like bite in your soda, if you like a lot more concentrated fucking bubbles and carbonation per sip, you're going to go Dr. Pepper. If you want a smooth, easy drinking experience, you go Mr. Pibb. However, Cheerwine is like a region exclusive of sorts in the States, and boy, oh boy, oh, is it good. It's really tasty. It's a bit more cherry-ish, in my opinion. Like, it's almost like a cherry Dr. Pepper, or maybe even like a cherry Mr. Pibb, because Cheerwine was very smooth. So that's how I'd stack rank them. I would say Mr. Pibb above Dr. Pepper, and Cheerwine is its own detached, separate argument because I'm not as familiar with it, because I didn't grow up with it, and it's not near me, so I don't get regular access to it. However, Cheerwine is really freaking good. Anyway. No one in the assembly, not a single representative from any families present, stepped up to point out how Shichun's swift actions were what finally repelled the outside forces that had marched right up to Hong Yen's front yard. Ghost 2, welcome to the elite. Welcome. Someone give Garrows their luck for the next banner whenever that happens. I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it. Hopefully I can save up plenty by then. We'll see. Oh, I did my first Mirror Dungeon hard mode. Hard mode Mirror Dungeon, however you want to say it. And pretty cool. Pretty cool thing that happened. I got 24. I'm keeping my luck. Fair enough, Lightner. Understandable. There's not a lot of it going around. You got to keep it when you can get it these days. Kind of like houses. What was I going to say? I got 24 boxes from one. My YouTube name is Ghost2. Understandable, Keller Whitmore. Understandable. They changed how they do it. So now donations and stuff show as your YouTube name, and your name in chat shows as your @. I don't really... They need to figure that out. Honestly, it needs to be more consistent, but whatever. Anyway, I got 24 boxes from one Mirror Dungeon run, which was kind of insane. I went to the 10th floor, didn't complete it, couldn't do that. Ardor Blossom Moth or whatever, that thing ripped me to shreds. It was actually ridiculous. Anyway. Or how she deftly maneuvered her forces to quell the embers of war by quickly taking control of the chaos within Daguan Yuan. My YouTube name is no importance. We all love Encore. Don, indeed. My YouTube name is something I forgot. Easiest way to tell Old Pepe is to make a donation. If you donate just $5, your name will show up on the screen, and then you'll know. And that is a complete joke. Do not do that. If you're on mobile, just go to your... Damn it. If you're on mobile, just go down here to this thing. Tap right there, and it should show your name up here. See, like mine is Karos, but then the @ is Karos Elite. So that should tell you how to do that. Anyway, the donate thing was a complete joke. She hadn't shown any glaring signs of incompetence since her ascension, despite her relative inexperience. But... everyone in Hong Yan's board... Oh. Old meme. Oh, okay. So just an abbreviated. Okay. Everyone in Hong Yan's board of directors, the heads of each family, averted their eyes as though all of that had somehow inconceivably slipped their minds. So you take yourself to be a qualified individual for that responsibility, Shi-Jun? Well, yes. Why wouldn't she? Very well, then proceed. We're all waiting for you to begin your briefing before the assembly regarding the last 30 years' quarterly net revenue records for Hong Yan's singularity-related businesses, your calculations on next year's fiscal debt forecast, and the exact recipe and variation numbers for the boluses that have been registered in the last 5 years. Here's how she should address that. 30 years of quarterly net revenue is something I'd love to go over in our next meeting or the next several meetings, as it will take a great deal of time to go over the vast wealth that has been accrued over my predecessor's tenure. And for the singularity-related businesses, I look forward to learning more about those and addressing them at a later date. And the calculations on next year's fiscal debt forecast remain to be seen, as obviously that fiscal year has just begun. So I'm looking forward to growing it only further and further developing anything and everything relating to our business and the wealth of our nation outside of boluses. I have a personal vendetta against those. They need to be looked at again and readdressed, because using people for some kind of fuel and or medication is not good, is not human at all. Let's see how she responds. That's quit getting choked up. Just come up with a response. The Venerable Hierarch has not received that data prior to the meeting. Boom, thank you. My boy Wei knows what's up. You must all be aware of the chaos that followed the Ascension. We're still indexing all available materials to... Isn't that funny? Not once in history of Hong Yan has the family hierarch ever failed to provide immediate and detailed answers regarding Hong Yan's historical statistics. Present some proof of that, how about? Show me some proof. Yuan Chen must have known all along, too. She must have known how the previous family hierarchs were all directly supplied with an immense repository of information through the Xian Huang's worm or something of the equivalent. Oh, the fucking worm that I hate? Gross. Knowing the asking questions she, the first hierarch without the worm, couldn't possibly answer. Then just say... Well, yeah, I guess there's no way for her to know that. The responsibility side of the venerable seat of the hierarch, Mu, are matched only by the great power bestowed upon it. Thus, how are we to leave the matters of the wing to someone who is so evidently unprepared for the task? Given the present circumstances, our hands may be forced to call to vote the motion of no confidence. The motion of no confidence? A motion of no confidence, when passed by the high-ranking political officials, can result in the removal of the chief executive from office. Oh, so impeachment. Roland, welcome to the stream. What do you call me when I'm laughing? Loland. LOL land. I like that. It's funny. Lulz. Lulz. So they're going after Shi-Chun's power. She literally just got there. So this is the picture Jia Yuan-chun wanted to paint. Impotent family hierarch stammering and stumbling through her first meeting to the total and near unanimous lack of support from the H-Corp Board of Directors. Whatever jargon they're on about seems to me they're not an ounce of respect. Oh, wait. Whatever jargon they're on about seems to me they've got not an ounce of respect for the lass or us. Never trust twats overly obsessed with numbers and optimizations. They'll be the first ones to kick you out the moment you no longer see as useful. How was that? How'd we do? You're not the only one who's pissed off, so can you please stop shaking your leg for a second? Don't need to make our frustration any more obvious, you know. My arse would have left the chair long ago if it weren't for this lass. In H Corp, should the board of directors unanimously vote in favor of the motion, certain parts of the family hierarch's powers will be removed. It is entirely possible that she will become a hierarch in name only. So they're threatening to fire her unless she falls in line. This is some needlessly convoluted way to... The assembly will now consider the motion of no confidence. Oh, alright, that was quick. Are there any objections to bringing the motion of no confidence against family hierarch Jieshi Chun to the floor? Yes. Objection! Hold on, the vote of no confidence isn't an item you can invoke so lightly. The Shi Family Association has no... I bet you would. Let's say the Wang family has no objections either. Choo family too. Oh, why is she... What the hell? The arrest of the previous family heads seems to have changed precisely nothing. Those in power wore more youthful faces, but their tongues still carried the same old resistance to change. The new family heads were just as uncooperative as ever, and everyone seemed to be solely interested in staying in Jia Yuanchun's good graces. New faces, same old. And needless to say, Heathcliff wasn't the only sinner, fuming with rage. 'Tis far too vexing to simply watch and do not. Right? I knew you wouldn't let this slide, Don Quixote, but they're walking all over Shichun like she's not even here. Yashikage Akira? Who's that? Forsooth, we cannot let such injustice prevail. Transpire unabated. Hey, seems like we're both on the same page. That's it. I'm not going to hesitate to make myself heard again. This time I want to be courageous. With your help, Don Quixote. Okay. With your help. Come on, let's do this together, okay? Very well, I am in agreement. Yeah, let's go on 3 at the same time. He's gonna get her to say some shit. If there are no objections... 1, 2... Don, take the shoes off. Let the dogs out. It's time to let the dogs breathe. The assembly will put this revolution to a vote in a month, and... 3! Here, I objection! Bloody hell. Boy, have you gone mental? Sinclair stood tall at the center of the entire room's undivided astonishment, alone. So much for Don Quixote helping out. Don Quixote, still firmly in her seat, gazed upon Sinclair's proud stand and rubbed her nose. Young Sinclair, thou hast evolved indeed. What an unmitigated pursuer of justice thou hast become, with such an unrelenting fervor and utter disregard for decorum. Certainly, mine efforts have finally borne fruit. What the hell? Did Don Quixote or Heathcliff suddenly rub off on you or something? No, wait, no! What happened there, Don Quixote? We're gonna... What happened to objecting together? Oh? I had taken thy suggestion to mean that we must voice our dissatisfaction through the official channels, borrowing the titles of the illustrious Red Gaze in the Department of LCC. You did not. Disputes and succession of power on such a high level of government are hardly ever resolved with rash grandstanding. Wouldst thou not agree? Why are you normal all of a sudden? Dad, what just happened? What happened to the clammy meek boy? Well, that's... I guess I just assumed this is how Limbus Company rolls now. No. The secondhand embarrassment hits me so hard. Yep. Don Trollholte, yeah, for real. There seems to have been an unexpected outburst from Shichun's guests. Withdraw your objection, and we will consider this a momentary loss of control and not enter it as an official statement. Too late, bitch. It's an official statement. It was, Sinclair's eyes were shaking like someone with his life on the line. If not, I take it that you have full confidence in her abilities. I'd say so. So please, I encourage you to elaborate. When and how will Choo demonstrate her aptitude for the responsibilities of the family hierarch? I just continues to shrivel into a corner. He can't. And how could he? How could anyone when we all had a very clear view of her path to obsession? During the family hierarch evaluation, Jia Baiyu donated the coins he received from Jia Chiu to you. Essentially, you pity-partied your way to victory. Pity-partied? Well, yes, of course. And for your ascension, Chiu and those outsiders from an upstart company had to almost literally carry you to the seat. Has there even been a single victory attained at your own hands in that life? In that entire process? But have we not all been witness to the qualities she exhibited during the family hierarch evaluation and her own ascension? You must have no shame, snaking your forked tongue in the audience of both heaven and earth like an unwitting buffoon. That's when quiet, even footsteps broke through Yuan Chun's merciless dismantling of Shichun. Yet I see the point. The hierarch with her grace needs only demonstrate her already established qualifications before all. There's no place for an outsider to speak, but proceed. Just how will she prove herself before us? Lobotomy Ego Magic Bullet Otis. Welcome to the stream. Indeed, it is Shichun's turn to glow up. Okay. What an odd statement coming from a fellow outsider who's been chattering for minutes on end. Forgive me, I can only presume from your verbosity. Verbosity? How would you guys pronounce that? O or ah? Verbosity. Verbose. Yeah, verbosity. That the right to speak in this forum was open to all outsiders. You know, it's a good point. She is from H Corp or Q Corp or whatever. Ah? Verbosity? Verbosity, bruh. You've said it yourself, no, that the vote on the no confidence resolution will proceed in a month. That seems to give the venerable hierarch a month to regain the trust of each family. True. What? It is rather clear to me that there are many who find their own defeat in the family hierarch war difficult to accept. Such a doubt is easily resolved. A match between clans should lay out the results quite obviously. Question chat, how long is Intervallo 6? Are we going to be able to get it done tonight? I have a hard out at 2 p.m. 2 hours. I got to go at 8 o'clock so I can go eat dinner. The dinner will be ready, so if I'm not done at 8, I'm going to eat cold dinner and alone. The longest? Okay, so we're not going to get it done. Damn, over 2 hours? That's crazy. Very well, a fair challenge between clans. Depends on how good you are at building a horse. What? Which would preclude the participation Heisho Pax. Okay. And the Jialan guards. So you would remove her Pao and Zhu before the game even begins. Why not make this a test? Why not make this test a series of sparring matches in both academia and martial arts if such the case? What audacity. Do you truly have that much faith in Shichun's abilities? Mainly because you have to play a minigame. Oh. You must know the consequences of failing these matches. No, it would be a unanimous, one-sided end to the vote of no confidence, and naturally, any and all rights appertaining to the family hierarch shall be transferred to the board of directors. This is so long-winded. So many words. That is fine by us. You are free to choose any champion you see fit. Unfortunately, your underlings don't seem to share your inflated confidence. But in the midst of the confused, flabbergasted silence from the other sinners, a clear, carefree, yet defiant voice rings out. Honglu's retort. That's not true at all, big sister Yan Chun. We actually have just as much confidence in Shi-chun as she does. Amen, brother. His wide eyes stare directly and unblinkingly at Yan Chun's. It occurred to me that this might be his way of expressing anger. Oh. Impudent child, how dare you stare me down like that? It's a great way to show defiance. Then you are welcome to try. 1 month. You have but 1 month to prove before all in audience that she is indeed fit to be the family hierarch. Should you fail, the vote may as well be a mere formality. In other words, should she successfully prove herself, none of you shall again rightfully challenge the independent rights and powers bestowed upon the family hierarch. Amen. The consequences of such recalcitrance? I don't even know what that means. Recalcitrance would be no different from those that the traitors are facing, wouldn't you agree? Well then, we'll excuse ourselves now. Wait, I'm... Zigong turns around toward us with that same mysterious smile and slowly directs us outside the assembly hall. We may call them sparring matches, but you must know that each and every one of them is a test to prove your claim to the seat of the family hierarch. A month is a time far too brief for drastic improvement, regardless of whom it may be. Learning from a proper master for 10 months straight might teach you a few things, but who knows how long the seat for once such master might take? Not to mention the official channels through which you must bring them past the walls, which takes up to 2 months. Why not relent now and relinquish but part of your powers to the family hierarch to the board of directors? It seems his fellow outsiders' mental faculties are impressively lacking. Called her dumb. My lord has spoken in the past when in the presence of 3 people. At least one of them is bound to be a teacher of mine. Peak Intervallo, Equinox, welcome to the stream. Also, Man Over Heaven, welcome to the stream. I forgot to welcome you, sorry. I read your chat and then didn't welcome you in. And here they are, aren't they? Shi-chun's masters, each carrying something new to teach her. All 13 of them. Oh, Zigong gestured confidently toward the flabbergasted sinners, and the assembly came to an end. Interesting. Okay. We getting a jukebox in the menu? Hey ya? That's cool. 12 teachers, so not 13. We were planning to train Jia Shi-chun anyway, but it seems that we are now under an expected deadline. Dante's an amnesiac. What could they teach? How to lead and manage? I guess? Wish they gave us another 1300 lunacy so I can try and pull at least one of the IDs released in this wall period. Fair enough. Dante does not know how to manage. We're figuring it out. Excuse me. Dante is the GOAT? True. Hey, when you said the LCB was going to help me out, did you guys mean that they were going to publicly humiliate the crap out of me at the assembly? Ah, of course not, Chi-chun. Big Sister Yun-chun's an old snake. You've just given her 30 days to set the perfect stage for my downfall. To prove to the world, once and for all, that I'm not qualified at all to be the family hierarch. But Choo, weren't you always so good at humbling anyone who dared underestimate you? Is this different, though? Not so much anymore. Back then, like an idiot, I thought I just had to hold on with everything I had. I thought that's all I ever had to do. But now, things are different. It's true that I'm vastly underqualified to be the family hierarch, and she's right. I pretty much lucked into the position. Choo, don't tell me that woman's bullshit actually got to you. Well, she wasn't completely wrong, right? I'm just some kid who happened to be just good enough to survive some traps and ambushes. I'm afraid the responsibility of family hierarch might be too much. Her self-confidence was significantly decreased compared to the observation from our previous interaction. The heck, Choo, I don't remember you being this kind of character. What happened to the girl who looked down on us the moment we met? Yeah, you even had the audacity to pretend to not know who we were, didn't you? Where'd all that confidence go, girl? That actually got under her skin back then, huh? So, Choo, what do you want to do? Are you sure you're okay with this? Are you okay with letting this happen? If I let it happen, Big Sister Yan Chun's going to continue expanding her influence here. I'm sure she and the board of directors have been cozying up to each other for a long time. Is the implication that her testaments on her influence were true? Yep, it's true. Before she left for Q Corps, Big Sister used to always accompany Jia Mu to these assemblies. Interesting. If I just let them hold the vote of no confidence, they're going to unanimously vote against me and slowly reduce the family hierarchy's scope of power. And who knows, they might even call for a re-evaluation, however unlikely that sounds. Besides, Big Sister Yuan Chun's, I think her definition of Hong Yuan's prosperity might be different from mine. Yeah, it's their prosperity, not the people's, clearly. Choo is prob top 10 side character. She's pretty freaking cool so far. What she's looking for isn't H-Core Prosperities, it's Daguan Yuan's. These names are going to trip me up so bad because I'm going to have to keep reading them. And I know this all has something to do with its ties to Q-Core, which I bet has already been going on for a while just under my radar. Gotta pray Project Moon adds a bestiary. Here's to hoping. Here's to hoping. I couldn't tell you who's my top 3 as of now. And not because it's story spoilers. Story spoilers. I don't think you can consider Choo a side character. She has an entire INTERVALLO about her. Does that make her more than a side character? Could she be considered a minor character? But yeah, this INTERVALLO is about her. So we have a list of characters we've interacted with about the bestiary, enemy bestiary. Oh, so we can see the center logs on Avnos outside of battle. I see. I don't remember this part of the Intervallo. For the Project Moon world, we already have Dante's notes. True, I guess that's fair. I think we could have more. Anyway, which I bet has already been going on for a while just under my radar. I'm sure they've already had plenty of talks behind my back. Which is not the kind of vision you have for Hong Yan's future, right? And that's why you spoke against her? Sangria Sinner, hello, welcome to the stream. I suggest giving it a read sometime. Maybe. Not much of a reader. I'm more of a Project Moon fan, but maybe. Maybe. Wow, people actually read those? Seems like it. Shichun Dating Simulator. Elite, welcome to the stream, by the way. What's up, Turdmite? Welcome to the stream. Hello. Okay. My vision for Hong Yan is... I want to change H Corp to be the kind of place where people can live without fear. I just never imagined I'd have to prove myself like this. And in only 30 days. Even then, your vision hasn't changed, right? It hasn't. Great. So it's decided then, huh? We just need Fao to deliver the bad news to Sod. So to summarize, m-fers tests upon which hinges almost facet, by the way, and it's probably a trap within the next 30 days or so. Wow, that sounds like a lot of work when you put it like that. Post-mortem reports have become quite rote. Sometime later. I just watch videos explaining shit for real. I don't read. That's usually what I end up doing. Prithee, thou most impress upon the illustrious red gaze. That 'twasn't mine idea this time. Sinclair stared blankly at Don Quixote as she made her desperate plea towards Sod. Yes, and I understand that as well for the 8th time. As always, Sod was wearing the same refreshingly incomprehensible smile. The kind of smile that makes people increasingly anxious the longer it exists. Well, that gives us about 30 days, during which those sparring matches, tests, whatever, will be happening as well. Great. Now let's give it our best. Are we going to fight her one-on-one with each individual sinner? Sinclair mutters in a near whisper, clearly feeling responsible for what happened. Yes, I understand. I never would have stepped out like that if something just... Yeah, so let's give it our best. I totally agree. We messed everything up again. And what? Limbus Company was always going to remain here and assist Miss Jia Shichun acclimatize herself to the responsibilities of the family hierarch. It was always part of our plan. Well, I sure am glad that I took Faust's advice about how meticulous planning is completely pointless when it comes to LCB's missions. I never would have had to submit 9 separate disciplinary incidents reports back during the J-Corps incident had I known. I believe I should be able to explain this further. Prior to his departure, my lord was concerned that such a thing would come to pass. That is why he left Zilu and I here to look after the new family hierarch's position, which must still be on rather thin ice. Oh, that's what they were privately talking about when he pulled them aside? Xingong's been here. Canto 9.51. I'm not going to read that. Spoiler. I took one of the notes and I immediately knew that shit was not for me. Zilu jumped the board of directors, for real. Oh, man. Okay. Answer me, Heisho Pax. Answer me! I'll have you, Dad. I'll have you. Proceeds to die to blunt damage. And rupture. Don't forget rupture. Lest we forget. Okay. Doing nothing and allowing her wicked machinations to progress would have irrevocably made the entire board of directors naught but putty in Yuan Chan's hands. I don't think he knows what blunt is. Lord Liu is weak to blunt. Me too, am I right, bro? I get so fucking high off a blunt. I know exactly what blunt is. What you mean? It's illegal where I'm from, but you take a quick trip over to Vegas, you can have all the blunt you wish, honestly. And that would have led that snake to de facto assume the seat of the family hierarchy. Cannot handle his weed, blunt damage. Exactly, bro. I'd be taking blunt damage straight to the dome. Call that shit white damage. Looking like I got some poise on me. You know what I'm saying? Like a hammer hitting you? That's right, that's right. And that would have led that snake to de facto. I already read that. Against such an insidious foe who wields intrigue as her weapon, the most viable strategy is the most direct one. To challenge her head on. LobCorp reference? You already know it, Equinox. You already know it. My point was proven. How so? How was your point proven? Excuse me. Besides, has this not given you the excuse you needed to prolong your company's stay in Yuan? This is also a prime priority for Jia Shi-chun to further solidify her influence here, depending on the outcome of the vote of no confidence. They have played right into our hands by accepting this deal. You do know every skill in the game has a damage type, right? Yes. Yes, they should be, if I remember from Library of Runa correctly. Slash, Pierce, Blunt. I feel like there's one more, but there might only be... There's not only 3. I thought there was 4. Slash, Pierce, Blunt, Slash is the hoop. Pierce is the... with the... Blunt is the jagged. Defense is not a damage type. There are 3. Okay, Slash, Pierce, and Blunt. So I did remember them all. Like rock, paper, scissors. Angela would do Blunt. Would she, though? So, I don't want to rain on everyone's parade, but are we not going to consider what might happen if we fail? No, we are not, because we will not fail. Not with us aiding your efforts. Also, were you serious back there when you said that we were all going to teach Jia Shi-chun? All 12 of us? I won't object to selecting only a few of us with better aptitude to be educators. Ah, by the way, we already have an established internal hierarchy based on the sum of each of our abilities. Of course, the results weren't entirely to my satisfaction due to an unexpected incident. Mr. Otis, that is a statement mired in narrowed vision rife with factual refractions. I am of the stance that the qualities of a good teacher are defined not by such statistics. I like the way he talks. Popcorn machine? Man, I wish I had some popcorn. All I have right now are Doritos Cool Ranch Naked. And it's an unopened bag that's been teasing me this entire time because I have yet to eat dinner. Wow, I have 67 battery right now. 67. Zigong, it's a low blow. So you must be the one who placed last in that scale. Boom! Roasted. Just don't say anything, bud. That's not to stand out like a sore thumb. I may have overreacted then. My lord has said that from the virtuous... we may learn to replicate their merits. From the flawed, we may learn to avoid their failings. As long as the student is willing to learn, anything can be a teacher. True. Growing up, I actually told my wife this not long ago. 679. Damn, so fine. Suck to me one more time. Get low. Get low, get low, get low. To the window, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my balls. I'm not going to finish that. As I was saying, I just said this to my wife the other day. A lot of what I learned growing up was from the mistakes of those around me. So I would just basically, whatever they said, or whatever people would say and do that I did not like, I'd be like, oh, noted, I'm not going to do that. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9! A yuck. A yuck. A yuck. Ha ha ha! Very funny, very funny. I also, to embrace this teaching, seek from all those who we come across. Just what in the heavens are you doing? Aha, I'm preparing a lesson plan for the young Choo, our family hierarch. Wow, you sure got on that fast. So what are these yellow wormy things here? 'Tis a star, twinkle, twinkling in its radiance. According to the schedule we have prepared, the student would have negative 3 hours available for sleep. This lesson plan's execution will require cooperation from Tigor. 'Twould be a mistake most fatal indeed. I shall correct it post-haste. Zigong was staring at Don Quixote's expression of her wild artistic merit upon the curriculum with her casual crescent moon eyes. Wait, is that supposed to be Zigong's grimace? Of course, each of their own, I suppose. I need to be shaken by every little thing until we have their actual lesson plans in hand. T-Court mentioned? But not the POTS PTS? What? Threesome Corporation? Huh? You guys being horny on Maine, or is that just me? What's happening? You could say that I've learned my lesson. Recent events have taught me that the path of learning is truly one without end. The lessons that you taught me, I learned were never true. So as I felt self in question, they point the finger at me again. Guilty by association, they point the finger at me again. I want to run away, never say goodbye. Instead of wondering why. Sorry. No Ishmael ID this wall, PP? No, there is not. I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out. Damn. Didn't Gregor get a Walp ID literally 2 Walps ago? How is this fair? That's just the way it goes. Legacy, welcome to the stream. We're going to get an Uma Musume collab where we train Wu Yi Sang ID to run alongside the Umas. Is it Uma Japanese for horse? Is that what the Japanese call horses? Uma? Uma Musume. Uma Musume. Is that where the song comes from as well? I think so. Boy, I think. This wall PP was horrific, man. Actually ruined my life. That bad? SE hasn't had anything in a while. Hey, Legacy. I think. I think Musume is girl or something, because I think it means horse girl. Ah, they just took it to the other extreme. Instead of someone being a horse girl, the horses are girls. Yes? Uma means horse. Musume means daughter. Hey. Listen. Would you rather have a zebra son or a horse daughter? You know what I'm saying? I see that you have all individually worked on your lesson plans as per Zigong's request. I have received a total of 12 lesson plans. Is this what Zilu looks like outside of her... Wait a second. Is Zilu not the one that was in like Black and Yellow, the Black and Yellow Hay Show? Donkey Father? Oh, Donkey Father is out of left field. Hay Show child, yes. Oh, so we've never seen her outside of her Hay Show uniform then, have we? Hold on, shouldn't there be 13 of them? Even the executive manager has decided to spare their precious time to teach a class. Huh. Yeah, handed my lesson plan too. That is because... So who didn't do their homework? I'm going to guess right now and say that it was either Heathcliff or Sinclair. After a brief silence, everyone turned around and looked at one of the sinners. Yep, there it is. Dumbass. It ain't me. Oh, please, at least try to make a compelling argument. Who else could it be? Hey, I got it! I got both, dude! Sick. It's me. You sing? You've been acting out of character a lot recently. What's going on? Well, that's, Sinclair was drenched in sweat for some reason. Actually, in Sinclair's seat was a large stack of papers, each filled to the brim with writing. Sinclair, are these papers... Phew, I'm done. Sorry, I got too into making a lesson plan, just couldn't stop myself from writing. Phew. Skincare, indeed. Sinclair couldn't have appeared more proud as he placed this big bundle of sweat-soaked papers in Zilu's hands. There's the yellow eyes. And she receives it with mild trepidation. You seem to have dedicated quite the momentous effort in drawing up this lesson plan. Homework is the most terrifying task we've been asked to accomplish yet. Honestly, yeah. I think that's the thing I miss least about school. Homework. Shit was awful. Absolutely terrible, even. What's up with her? Let's start reviewing from the first of the stack. 108 Analytical Approaches to an Aesthete's AAA. What does AAA mean? How do you plan to explore all 108 approaches in a month? Oh. Oh, Lord. We can't go by ourselves. My dog needs to use the bathroom outside, and I must go with her because otherwise she won't do anything. So I guess I'll be right back. Face the homework, save the GPA. That's very clever, Equinox. What? Did y'all see her stretch? Did y'all see her? She like walked over here behind me and stretched. Did y'all see that? Or at least watch her walk. It's like she did it on purpose even though she can't see. Alright. Like I said, I'll be right back. I gotta go let my dog out. I'll try not to be long. Alright, sorry about that. ICE employees for the next banner. What is Heathcliff going to become an anti-immigration officer? Replace all future Ishmael IDs with Heathcliff IDs. Why would we do that? Sinclair's last ID was the pinky. The kiddo needs something. True. The pinky was a while ago. Was that back in March or like April? Or earlier? No, I wait for new Ishmael ID or ego announcement every day. Ishmael gets pretty good stuff. Appreciation of artistry in assassinations. Oh, Ryoshu's interested. F you, went too far. Ah, right, sorry. Pinky, Nurse Father, Ryoshu, and Arashiki Ryoshu next banner trust. I think we're done with Nurse Fathers, no? Or is that just House of Spider related Nurse Fathers? Flip a page and continue reading for those 108 approaches. What paint did you use? Oh, she used blood for sure. It's quite vicious, and the paper is partially melted. And you watch yourself. You almost got some on my arm. Aha, a painting. Entrails coating the world. Heh. Now you know how aesthetes appreciate the artistry of slaughter? What are these words? Aesthetes?
Aesthete.
Aesthetes. Aesthetes, a person who has or affects to have a special appreciation of art and beauty. An aesthete. I mean, I usually prefer my teats without the S, but whatever. Mind you, Zilu is a trained assassin, and she still is flabbergasted by whatever the hell Ryoshi put on that page. That's because my girl Ryoshu's fucked in the head. That's why she's my favorite. C are the assassins. Ah, I see. Now you know how aesthetes... People who like aesthetics, yes. Every banner from now on till Kanto 10. Yes. Facades only. Just what the hell did you paint in that paper? Hey, get it together. Zilu stumbled briefly. Whatever was on the paper must have given her quite the shock. My mind wandered for a moment. This is too dangerous to be used for a lesson. Thus it goes to the discard pile. Weak sauce. Weak sauce is hilarious. Zilu crumpled up the paper without hesitation and tossed it out of sight. Next. Intro to Societal Reintegration. Impressive title. Chapter 1. How to shake hands with your left hand when the situation calls for it. What? Exploration of exclusively long-sleeve fashion and practices. Well, we know who that is. Even before Gregor got revealed. Projecting confidence and why having a bug arm is totally cool. It's a great chapter. That's, you know how it is. Be proud of who you are, all that philosophy stuff. I wanted this lesson to give a bit of a paradigm shift where we can all come to our flaws not as failings, but as evidence of our individuality, which will usher in a world where we can carry on with our lives no matter what kind of arm we have. Discard next. Zilu quickly flipped through the pages. Intro to... Okay. My credentials include the ability to dress down an opponent. I have plans for application as well. I feel like none of this matters. I mean, it's jokes to their characters, but like... Time Ripper, Rhodium, 100%. We'll see. The sinners suck at this gang. That's kind of why I'm skipping through this a little bit. Have you tried reading, Karos? My YouTube is bugging out. Didn't we already get Time Ripper? Time Rapper? I don't know. Did we get Time Rapper? Does he rap about being late and on time to things? Like the little bunny rabbit from... Alice in Wonderland? Fee on thee, wherefore? Next. Praxis of ego splitting. Yeah, what is this? Utterly incomprehensible. Discard. Perhaps Miss Ryoshu's advice to truncate the lesson title should have been taken in earnest. Survival and exploration. 21 reasons to pay attention when the exploration team leader is giving advice on the upcoming adventure. Case study for 30 horrible mistakes that occurred because the team was distracted during the leader's lecture. How to track down a troublemaker who tries to sweep trouble under the rug while the team leader isn't looking. Someone ignored my advice that we should have been moving 2 steps ahead. I forgot to take that part out. Nice. And into the shredder it went. When did that paper shredder get here? The art of using yawning as a cover for popping a cookie or two in your mouth, especially useful when getting lectured. Hey, if you get good enough at it, you can do it with nuts too. Aha, so it was you who made those crunchy noises in our last meeting. What? No, don't. The art of social maneuvers, how to let it flow through you. How to not make things awkward when you walk right into someone bad-mouthing you. Most important part of this art is to flash a refreshing smile in a way that looks earnest. It helps when you convince yourself that smiling is what brings you good fortune. Alright. Smiles have a way of disarming people, giving them pause and making them hesitate. I remember that. Big Bro used that technique to confuse a lot of Daguan Yan people who hated him. This. I can't quite bring myself to throw this into the shredder. Next, how to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received. That's either going to be Otis or Drax. Oh, Mirso, never mind. Womp womp. What separates bravado from bravery? Is that Heathcliff? Jack shite, sort off and grab your weapons. Yep, always gotta read the fine print, or the full print. Ha! It's my philosophy that reason don't necessarily need to be considered before coming to blows. I ran out of my 1137 ego shards for all PP. I need RR funds. Are ego shards accrued from the railway? After she had gone through the majority of our lesson plans, finally my turn. Sinclair sighed with the gravitas of someone who's been bestowed with the most important mission in his life. Thinking back, even back in school, I used to daydream about becoming a teacher myself. I thought I could be good at it. So I guess you could say that I'm pretty happy to be given an opportunity like this. Are they going to play this for a joke? I called my lesson the theory on self-overcoming. Crates? Oh, okay. I gotcha. The railway gives everything and a lot of it. Is it easy to run through and or complete? Or does it take a lot of time? Heh, nerd. Exactly. But I always striving to be a better person than I was yesterday. That's okay. Everyone has their own unique potential sleeping deep inside. So with everything I've learned and experienced so far, let me teach you. Let me teach you how to not doubt your own capabilities, how to always shoot higher. Hold on, you had me for a second there, but what's up with acting like you're an infinitely more enlightened person than I am? Ah, of course, I've prepared a speaking class where you can learn how to speak with modesty, too. I never would imagine Sinclair to be this into it. I've been doing extra mirror dungeon runs in an attempt to try and shard more WALP IDs. Currently still need 150... or less more ego shards to get Hornet Mirso. So far, I hope WALP lasts. Railway, at least. This current one is rather difficult if you don't read. You need at least 2 teams for Railway 6. Oh, wow. That's kind of wild. 2 full teams. Following that, your company's... it seems that Zilu has completed her review. Oh, I see. Now, how's everything going, everyone? Class prep going well? Saw mind curriculum most especial. Especial. The only Walp IDs I don't have is Full Stop Duo and TBH. I don't care, but I don't need the egos. My socks are peeling. That's not good. I literally bought these 3 days ago. That blows. I just... Like 3-day-old socks and I'm already taking that off of it? That's just straight up not good. You have a week and 2 days left. Oh, I guess I need to grind too then. Okay, so that's a no. That was Saad's impression upon taking a quick glance at Don Quixote, who was sobbing and cradling the shredded piece of her lesson plan in her hands. So young Saad aren't looking at the dozen lesson plan. Weren't. They were looking away. Zigong especially was looking away with an unmistakable expression of pity. So he doesn't know. Would you mind explaining this, Zilu? I cannot bring myself to tell him. Apologies. So this young man produced this entire sizable stack of lesson plans all on his own. I see. Weakness has found its way into your heart in the face of such earnest effort. I understand. What? However, it has been decided that Sinclair will not be participating as one of Shichun's teachers. Is he going to learn? Pupil Sinclair. So he's going to learn with her. I guess that makes a lot more sense on the... What? Yeah, I guess he's learning with her. This isn't right. Guys, this isn't right. Ah, now this looks like a proper classroom. So he's just a warm body to accompany her, I guess? Down. They wanted the fan to make Shichun and Sinclair ships. That makes a lot of sense. I could see it. I mean, they're both the same height, you know? Makes perfect sense. Why do I keep getting sent to empty lobbies? You're just trash, bro. Sorry. No one's as low on the level as you are. You know? But hey, at least we got to see the effects of these trainings. True. Or I guess I will. You have. Shichun's eyes widened with confusion as though she had just heard those words of the first time in her life. When I first met her when she was 16, she explained to me that she hadn't attended any school-like institutions. This is par for the course for children of Hong Yuan who are raised for the purpose of becoming the next family hierarch, the reason being that schools can be a perfect place to assassinate someone. Big eyes indeed. Karis will see. So deskmates and besties. Sinclair began to explain, seemingly resigned to the fact that he was essentially going back to school for a month with the other sinners as his teachers. Feed us, we will grow. Usually sit next to each other and help one another out. The bestie might nudge, blah, blah, blah. It's not very important at all, huh? I think I got this on my own. I don't need a bestie. It may have come a few years late, but I'm moved that my lady finally has a chance to experience school. Dude! Oh, that reminds me. One day, out of nowhere, she started saying something about eating from lunchboxes with friends. I haven't a clue as to how or where she even heard about it. Alright. Of course, unfortunately, I've become quite occupied. Okay. It shall begin. I hope we can get something done. I'm only level because I had to make a new account. Fair enough. They appear to have aged several years overnight. Their faces sunken and sallow. Finally, after referencing the idiosyncrasies... apologies. You guys saw Obsession? I did. I didn't go see it in theaters, but I did rent it. Rent it for the full price, and it was still cheaper to go in the theater, which I guess was kind of nice. Blind Obsession? What does that mean, Elite? How is she tuned alive if she's Chinese, by the way? So China used to notoriously not allow births of women. Like, if you were going to have a girl, then you just wouldn't. You know? Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. What are these supposed to be? Shi, Yong, and Ren. Wisdom. Courage. And humanity. How did they reproduce if there were no women? I think it was a percentage thing. I don't know. I just know growing up, that's what I was told. That's all I know. Be strong, my lady. Wait, despite her prophets, 30 days of classes commenced. Okay, here we go. What the hell? What is all this? Y'all weren't kidding. This is like a... Okay, Oh, I play as her now? Uma Musume Gaming? I guess so. What the hell? Okay, begin class. Confirm? I'm very confused right now. Mm-hmm. So he's teaching her about the mirror? In a very trippy way, to discuss the mirror reflecting an alternate reality. Okay, so what's happening now? I had a very precious time learning to converse with my inner self. Is that literally it? Now you're prepared to explain what you see in the mirror. You needn't haste. For some reason, Chi-Chun appeared to hesitate before the mirror. Hey, you know, it's been a while since I looked at myself in the mirror for so long. Lady, do you recall... Yeah, the guy who said he was going to show me a precious flower that blooms at night. Don't tell me you were actually looking forward to meeting him. Oh, of course not. You were wise to stay inside. It was revealed that you weren't the only person who was invited. That vile man had hired a group of assassins who ambushed the meeting spot. Would have been waiting there to spring the trap. This node will probably TUTS. I don't know what that means. I think he got reading fatigue. He's just smart. Yeah, it's reading fatigue, and it's reading out loud fatigue specifically. I just don't want to sit here and keep on... you know? I guess I'm glad it didn't go away. You were right. Take up the stream. Oh, and then some. We only got 29 minutes left. And like I said, I have a hard out at 8 o'clock to go eat dinner. Partially because my dinner is not edible on stream. Not really. And then partially because I want to eat dinner with my wife. And it would be nice to get to eat dinner with her instead of without her. This is in reading heavy intervallo. It is. Just like Kanto 8. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I thought she was naked the first time I saw this. Oh, because this is white and her skin's white. Oh, he didn't even look in it. Okay. More wisdom uncovered. You plan on doing something you'd prefer not to say after? After dinner? Honestly, after dinner, I'm probably gonna do chores. I have to unload the dishwasher and fold some clothes. Is that what you mean? Anything that has to do with Hong Yan is heavy reading. I've noticed. I've freaking noticed. It smells like my wife has started dinner. It smells incredible. May switch back to Choo the next stream. Understandable. New. Upgrade. Wait, what? Oh, so we're about to take 2 classes of Dawn's and then a 3rd class. Okay. As you develop Shichun, she gets some changes to her unit. I was just curious if you could stream after finishing whatever you would do. Oh. No, only because I have very little time in the evenings as is. I don't even think I'll be able to get all of my chores done that I need to get done, honestly. I'll probably have to do some more of them tomorrow after I go eat dinner with my parents. So... it's very much just a constant rotation of chores that have to be kept up with. Tamagotchi-chun? Indeed. By the way, there's combos with different centers / instructors. These combos add marginal to sizable bonuses to the stats. So I'll get access to more of them as we go. Do I need to read this stuff? I know it's probably character development, but do I need to read it for, like, I guess the progress? Not really. Because it does feel a little bit like, I don't know, it's just going to be stuff related to what they've learned. There's a few funny bits here and there. Okay. Your primary objective is 800 for each stat. Okay. So Iseng gives me wisdom. I guess we'll start there. A TikTok in response. So Dawn and Iseng both give me wisdom? Don't understand how to play? No, you don't. You could read every word, but still be confused. What would make Shichun strong as possible? You need a guide. I couldn't read this part because I had exams to study for. If it felt good to skip cutscenes after not doing so for a while. I'm going to take that as permission. Okay, so here's the mirror again. A lot more wisdom. gain 60 XP for that. EXP for that. Okay. I'm seeing the thread now. Plus 9. 922, 222, 2115. And then morale is going to go up. Morale will overall go up, so the 92 is fine. Yeah, because Sinclair is nothing. Doing it again. We're on a time crunch here, people. Ah, it's funny, it blew up in her face. That actually is pretty funny. And this should be... Oh, Isang. Oh, that's right, I put him in a different order. Last will be... Dawn improves morale, so it's good to keep her in the last nodes of the day. You can see up there the combo. Up there, the combo? Combo. I got places to be. Goodbye, Singray. Thank you for stopping by. You can also just click random shit and it'll work. Fair enough. I feel like I have plenty of wisdom, so I'm going to work on training G next. Oh, and he raises the other two nicely. Okay. There we go. When you put two certain centers in the same day, some combos can happen. Combo! It looks like Faust and Dawn have a nice combo together. I don't really know that I need to keep that up as much, though. So maybe we go U to raise all three by 6. And then U to get Z caught up with Ren until we unlock something that gives us song. The more a center teaches, the more level they gain. Yeah, I picked up on that. I suggest getting them all to master if you want all bonus. Okay. There we go. We're getting pretty well-rounded, I would say, overall. Morale went down again, predictably. Morale went down again, predictably again. Every 6 days, you will be subject to midterms prepared by the board of directors. Oh, don't worry yourself too much. You sound like you're at a funeral. She will pass these tests with ease as long as she's diligently taking her classes. No, I simply hope I can survive until she returns. Seems like Wei's rather funereal voice wasn't just out of concern for Shi-Chun. These are important, the middays. Wei, are you sure you're okay? I can't escape them. Even in my dreams, the unfinished bundles of paperwork cascading over me. Steel yourself, for that has no dream at all. That was no dream at all. In fact, never have I seen paperwork trained in the arts of airwalking until now. I must be severely sleep deprived. Looks like we're not the only ones going through the ringer. Okay. Battle lesson. Here we go. Time to fight. Oh yeah, so if I lose this, I lose the whole thing. Excuse me. Sparring match, yep, here we go. War. War never changes. Best Intervallo. Zach, welcome to the stream. It's the most interactive Vallo I have done yet. Even without the voice acting. That's funny. She's talking like one of her teachers. I take it that we were just strong enough to fight him, and that's why that worked. Don Quixote, indeed. This is what all of your training will lead to. Yeah, okay. We're just making sure we can outroll. Okay, go beat Shihua something. Yeah, okay, so we're pretty soundly outrolling, is what's happening. When you master a sinner, Shi-Chun gets a passive relating to them. Oh, well, that's cool. Yeah, she really is like my little Tamagotchi then for this Intervallo, which I guess is why this Intervallo takes so long. There's a lot of build up and then fighting and then 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 build up and then fighting. Yes, Tomodachi Shi-Chun, exactly. Skip. Call that a Tomodachi-chun. I see. Karos wins the Tomodachi live stream. Now. It's happening now, right in front of you. Don't you see? Can't you tell? All sixes and a little bit of extra yang. Why did you skip? I've been skipping these. I don't know. I was kind of told I could skip the interaction. Is that not true? Or should I not have? Sorry. Or am I not supposed to skip the midday? Oh my goodness, please no. I mean, this is going to take probably 4 streams then. That's the best part of the Intervallo. No, it's not true. Why did you skip peak? Stop skipping. It's the sinners interacting with Shi-Chun. Yeah. I see your point. We gotta throw Don back in. Seeing the magnifying glass makes you see Shi-Chun current state of skills, health, resistances. Yeah, I saw that. Looks like health and defense are up. We got some poise going in. If you want to create T-Core tech to give Karos more time, then we can watch. You know, if I had more time in a day, I would stream more. I will say. You missed DM-ish? Oh. Well, shit, my bad. Raised to expert. There we go. Alright, now morale's back up. Mandatory class. Raising Shi. So now we go by this one. And then this one. So that'd be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 16, 17, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that would be too much focus on Shi, I think. If he doesn't have the time to read it, then he would be ending the stream. He has the time. Now she resists it. It's fun watching Shi-Chun stats get better. Intervallos are just as important as Kanto's lore-wise. Fair enough. Fair enough. Don't worry too much about Ren. I kind of can't help it. It looks like it's involved in all of them. And honestly, it looks like Shi might be the best move to kind of get Yang caught back up with Shi. Please read them yourself at least. In regards to every activity, involvement of unnecessary emotions and personal judgment is to be wasteful. means you to elaborate on that. Then I will share an excerpt from Sinclair's exchange with the manager 32 days ago. Begin quote. What? Excuse me, Dante. I'm sorry to have asked you this, but most of us are fatally wounded, so can you please turn the clock back one more time? End quote. Unnecessary interjections weighed down your request. Wow, that's pretty bad. Did I really stutter that badly? I mean, you did it again just now, buddy. It's a waste of time to involve emotions when delivering unfavorable news. The same message could have been delivered with merely 2 words. We failed. Oh, bother. Let us commence field practice. Do not ask me a single question for the next 5 minutes. Well, okay, sure seems easy enough. Ugh. Suddenly, Mirceau let out a cry as he clutched his chest, then fell to the floor. Are you okay? Mirceau, are you okay? His eyes snapped open. Task failed. 5 minutes have not passed. You know, he made a point. You're cheating? This reminds me of the incident Sinclair had so desperately wished to hide. Wait, you wish to what? Despite your belief that no one would ever find out your secret, there was one person who got to the bottom of the incident. Come on, just what did you see? Failed again. You're not supposed to ask any questions, dingus. Oh, morale went up. Interesting, okay. Okay, so we can boost morale even more with these two, so we don't really have to involve them right now. What we can do instead, because these are so neck and neck, is go the focus there, and then the focus on not Ren, because we need to catch the other 2 up. I guess there for now. When the Bobcat comes out, please come back and read this Intervallo. It's the most expressive he's ever been. He's been ever. True. Honestly, I thought I was going to have to sit there and read through a bunch of stuff every single time. Okay, so we got a lot of skill improvement there. Now we have her. She's already an expert. So we're skipping dialogue still? No, not intentionally. Did it just skip for me? It's like small, silly interactions. I'm not opposed to that. I don't know. I have a feeling morale needs to be a bit higher. We have to have her. So that's going to be 7 in both. And low on Ren. And we don't need to, but let's stick to low on Ren. Let's go with you. Let's do 2 serious. And then let's try that. Attention! Today's lesson will cover intelligence acquisition. In other words, men, you will learn how to gain information from people. Hey, I'm pretty good at that. You just have to turn them to your side by being generous with my spending, by setting a good example as a superior. They'll eventually... Okay. That is among the worst strategies I have ever heard the displeasure of hearing. Do you not see how wasteful it is to spend the limited military budget? How wasteful it is to spend so much precious time to trying to butter them up? Boy. Yay, the minigame. Hello, Cthulhu Lulu. Welcome. At least read Ryoshu's teachings. I'm reading all of them now. Torture. Oh, God. I'd rather not waste my clan's strength on something so utterly useless like that. Besides, if you end up accidentally killing them... Foolishness. Foolishness! Jeez, can you stop saying that word? How simplistic and disappointing. Your imagination falls short if that is all you can think of when you hear the word torture. Then this unit... this isn't exactly a military unit. This Hongyuan may indeed be beyond your ability to lead. Well, I'm waiting. Get on with your lesson. The mention of Hongyuan seemed to put Shichun in a thoughtful mood, as though she stopped arguing and began focusing on class. Of course she is. All good leaders are. The most effective method of torture isn't physical. Things like waterboarding, electrocution are all inferior. Today you will learn the torture of language. With this method, you will always find the answer you want. Use speechcraft to entrap their minds, slowly constrict around them, and let them take... Wow, Karos? What? 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 Don't we all agree that Netanyahu's a great leader? And let them take brief sighs of relief every time they give you an answer. That, cadets, is what you will be learning today. To your position, cadets. Netanyahu? Minus 1,000 Jew points? I definitely gained Jew points with Mr. Jew himself. Just saying. Is that... I guess he's not referred to as that. That'd be, I guess he's just Mr. Israel? Yes, no, maybe? Torching some from relating to them isn't xenophobic? I don't know. 8 more minutes? Indeed, just shy. So I hear you've defeated Shi Huazan. Can I exit out of this and it save my progress? Is that how this works? You would do best not to let that get into your head. He's always been our family's greatest shame. Have you learned not to underestimate family underdog? What? Oh, you don't know? You see, I managed to talk into, you know? Well, what? No, it can't be. I cannot spill the beans on my parents. My men are already on their way. Just a can of beans right in their lap. It works like a dungeon does? Okay. Ugh. But how did you know that it was Block 32? I barely managed to get them a hiding spot there. Oh, she didn't, but now she does. Oh, so it's Block 32. Did you just... I did. Huh. It was way easier than it was during class. I've heard stories about how you've changed. I didn't know you've changed into such a heartless woman. Say something, damn it. Don't just stand there completely expressionless and... Oh, I see. You won't be shaken, so... Okay. Okay, that may befit the seat... Respond silent or inferior. Oh, I see. So she's going to slowly convince them by kicking each of their asses. They're going to step up and be like, you ain't shit. And she's going to be like, oh, bet? And they're going to be like, all right, you right, you shit. My bad. Am I correct in assuming so? Did he fight growth yet? No, I don't think so. Exactly, she's swaying them. And I am only barely outrolling them, too. We wanted to reuse the battle sprites. You can actually lose in some of these. What, if you don't build correctly? Brother, you're destroying them? Faust passive? What's the Faust passive? Also, can they be erased above expert? Is the... No, if you get unlucky. Okay. Virgilius the Guide, welcome to the stream. I'm not fond of the fact that you can't control the fight, but it makes sense. Yeah, you just kind of have to let her do it, right? I guess that does make sense. You can raise the classes above expert. So I guess it's master above expert then. And I'm assuming it takes quite a bit to pull off. When the center passive activates on the top left, the center appears. Okay, John Clapper versus Shi Chun, indeed. But watching her fight is kind of boring. Did you ever really take the time my happened big sister actually gained control? Sure, it's going to be all buddy-buddy at first. She's going to acknowledge the authority of the board. But soon you're going to see other people from other nests coming in here and taking up administrative positions under the guise of advisors. And it's the small families and clans that are going to suffer first. And when that time comes, I bet you'll be saying the same thing then. I was so close. It's going to be a while before other members of your family are let go. You already know this. They committed treason, thinking they were piggybacking off Big Sister Yunchun's forces, when in reality, she had already discarded them even before it began. She's made sure that nothing about this treason's going to stick to her. Mother. Father! Now let's think about this carefully. Her vision, will it be for more H-core or Q-core? I see the point you're making, but you've not given us any reason to trust you either. What guarantee do I have that you won't toss us aside when we're no longer useful? So about that hiding place where you put your parents, you just accidentally let slip? I'd known their whereabouts for a while, actually. My Heisho had identified their location long ago. But I didn't do anything because there wasn't any evidence that pointed to your parents' involvement. Is that true? Just how low is your opinion of the hierarch? Big Sister made a big show of her own influence at the assembly, but I still have a tight control over the Heisho of the family hierarch. As the family hierarch, but I thought you were arresting every member of the Shi family without even questioning them. Ha 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 ha! So some political misinformation. A little close to home for me as an American. What was it again? The leaders must take good care of the people? Why would any hierarch go around arresting innocent people of H-Corps left and right, unnecessarily making more enemies for themselves? I sure don't plan on doing that. Good to know. Thank you. TCOC, taking care of children. What? Why is that? Okay. So to offset for the 20, let's do... We don't need to use either of you. Let's try and raise up... Let's do these two. We'll offset for the 11 there. This will give us a nice even gain. Dum 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 dum. She is indeed. TKTDWK. Heh. They're not going to follow any of this. Oh wait, Sinclair can translate for Shichun. Teaching kids to deal with kids, heh, she says. Looks like your manager's not the only one who needs a translator. Indeed, I would have liked to teach a particularly bloody class, but Tisk, the AL black hair, discarded my lessons plan. Yeah, no, I don't think your lesson plan would have flown, even if Zilu wasn't there, at least otherwise. 20 is the center EXP gain as a teacher. I thought that was the plus 20 and minus 8. I thought that was the not the willpower. What am I trying to say right now? What am I trying to say? New Ryoshi sprite time. Morale. Minus 8 is the morale. Oh. In today's class, I'll sync if you're UA. What? But I'll scan if you're a UC. What? I'll snap your neck completely if you're an unruly adult. But I'll soothe, coax, and nurture if you're an unruly child. Did you guys rehearse this or something? Am I getting pranked right now? That's what I thought. No, not at all. Just listen carefully. Evaluate the context, and there you have it. What context? What context was I supposed to evaluate? Let the art do the talking. MTL, kids. Ah, yeah, there's much to learn. Class is about to begin. Bring the class material, attendant. Yes. Oh, hey, it's her. And Caillou. Upon the venerable family hierarch's orders, I brought a child from the Wang family. Why Sheeran? No, wait, what? You brought a who from a... On whose orders? Puff. Random Wang kid? That's not a random Wang kid, that's Caillou. So I borrowed the rich kid's attendant. You've been bringing her along to get you places, huh? Nicolina could never. Urshu snuffed out her cigarette, opened the window, cleared out the smoke, dusted off her clothing a few times, and only then brought the child to the elevated platform to the classroom. This kid's kind of trembling and anxious looking. I extended my greetings to the venerable hierarch. That kid's scared out of his mind. Members of childhood are important. They're the experiences that shape your future. Observe and learn. What's up with you acting serious all of a sudden? Though I do care that childhood memories are important. My memories with Big Brother Bayou are what... Ahem. Anyways, moving on. You heard nothing. The point is, I think becoming approachable to kids here might help prevent a lot of potential future conflicts. But you've got your work cut out for you. Children of Yuan are extremely wary of anyone who's not their immediate family. Even worse, you pretty much tricked that kid here using my name. I'll give you a demonstration. Behold. He's really taking a liking to her. Yeah, he wouldn't even stop crying when we tried to get him calmed down. Besides, how's she even doing that with her hands? Not even master's martial arts move like that. Excuse me. Ryoshi was practically giving him no time for any other distractions or even a moment to cry. She was taking care of that kid almost effortlessly. She was employing all kinds of tactics, including but not limited to ventriloquism, Kong Shu, a traditional Hong Yuan toy, fan tricks, triggered fruits, and eventually, don't pull too hard. The child ended up piggybacking on Ryoshi. The fear he showed earlier had gone without a trace. Never would imagine Ryoshi would be good at this. Neat. That exact same expression, as her usual role, Ryoshi was gently caressing the child. Well, to be more exact, she was giving him a gentle pat. But I think I get it. Showering kids with tasty stuff and gifts is the best way to go about it. What's important is helping them understand just what kind of person I am. Yeah, the kid's really on edge for his age. I'd start to make some progress. That's because Dongyan. Venerable Higher Up may ask you something. Well, asking free, but I gotta tell you, it's going to depend on what you're asking about, whether I can help you or not. Huh? Wrong move, Rookie Hierarch. Why say all that when TWDT? Yeah, why say that? You don't get the immaculacy of succinct verb abbreviations. TWDT. Ryoshi grabbed the child's shoulders, brought him before her, then, in her usual curtness, spoke precisely 2 words of the confused child that seemed to do the trick. Speak, kid. My big sis, my family arcs were over. I can finally play tons with friends. But their parents told him to stay inside because it's too dangerous outside. My cousin says you're the biggest and baddest Hongyan Venerable Hierarch. So I wanted to ask if you can make Dongyan safe. Yes. Gotcha. I'll review your suggestion positively. Just say yes. She says she'll totally make that happen. Sometime later, after Shirin guided the child out of the classroom, I found Shichun whispering something to herself. You've got a lot on your plate, huh? Dealing with restructuring days is just one of them. I was going to try to improve the safety of this place anyway, whether he asked me to or not. Safe enough for a kid like that to run around all the market on his own. A place where he doesn't have to be 2 words do the trick, indeed. As they always do. I'm running a little low on Yang, so I'm going to try to focus on that if I can. So let's do here, here, and here. No. Isn't it 8 for you? Yes, technically. I do need to go. I'll go after this. Let me do this one last thing and then we'll go. How's that sound? Let's do this one last. Morale can take a bit of a hit. Oh, morale went up. Never mind. Okay, everything's evened out for the most part again. And we got a new class. Let's stop there. All right, see you around, Karos. Okay. We now have some combos, so I'll be sure to check those out next time we're playing. Let's go to window. Confirm. Certain combos increase morale. That makes sense. See ya, see ya. Go ahead and exchange these before I forget, because I will. All right. And there we go. We got quite a bit done tonight. Okay. If you enjoy, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all this Friday at 6 p.m. or 7 Eastern Standard Time. And until then, I'm going to go grind. Be sure to enjoy yourselves. And as always, stay frosty and stay humble.